It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Jaguars and the Eagles on Sunday night.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes, that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out, but we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender in any given season? That is easier said than done.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. On third down, it's Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
And this is where you really need your quarterback, Mike, to step up and not just lead your offense, but to really establish himself as the leader of this entire team. You're looking to pick up your first win. You're trying to build a little momentum to kickstart what's been a slow start to the season. Remember, another loss here today, 0-4, would all but eliminate their playoff chances. Only one team in NFL history, the 1992 San Diego Chargers, has ever made the playoffs after an 0-4 start.
They go play action for Lawrence. He's going to look for the home run ball.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and Looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Here's 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll get this out wide. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Hurts will try it again. He'll get this out to his running back. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's bottled up after a gain of 1 yard.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
The motion man here is Wilson. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That is caught by the tight end, Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Eagles. That touchdown #1 for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jags offense ready for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7 0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked up by Keely Ringo.
Holding offense.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Hurts to throw. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll go with a counter on first down. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. Third and 9. To throw is Hurts. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
He'll take off again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here comes third and 6. Throwing is Hurts. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. And we're back in Philly in a moment. On first down, it's Hurts. He's got it inside the 5. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Eagles move out on top, 14-0. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He'll work forward for a couple. N'Kobe Dean in on the tackle. 3rd and long. Here's Lawrence to throw. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Here's Ty Zentner now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this 2nd quarter. Looking to run away with this one before halftime. A 1st down throw for Hurts. Quick throw, taken in, and they're going to work this down inside the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll turn and hand this one off. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28. To throw, Hurts. To the outside, complete. It's Wilson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He'll throw it left and has his running back.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
And they'll throw here with Hurts. He'll try to run for it. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. To throw is Hurts. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location,
and he will fight his way to the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jaguars offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. This drive will start on the ground. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A throw left side, taken in by Thomas. 3rd and 6. Lawrence now. He'll try and get there on the ground. Trevor avoids the hit, takes a slide, but also picks up a first down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Lawrence now on second down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Tight end going in motion here. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
They go play action for Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make better decisions here in the second half.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
The motion man here is Wilson. On 2nd down, Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
That's a really good effort on 3rd down, just trying to make something happen. He did well to get what he got, but it's not enough for a first.
Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville. They send the tight end in motion. He'll tuck it and take off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now here's Lawrence. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Back to throw. Lawrence. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Play action now. It's Lawrence. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
His kick is perfect. And the Jaguars are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. That'll be intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
The Jaguars have the field goal unit on the field. This one from 52 yards away. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. So we're at halftime here on Sunday Night Football as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically. For the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports halftime report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Justin Jefferson, close to 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Jonathan Brooks, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Michael Pittman leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
First half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll look to pick this up. 3rd and a yard. Motion man is the tight end going right. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A pickup of 21 on that connection. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. He'll take this down inside the 30. Sidney Brown, they're on the tackle. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 3rd and 5. To throw is Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Jaguars are back within 2 scores. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a run going left. He'll take this forward, maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. They'll put a receiver in motion right. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and long. To throw is Hurts. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Lawrence. Checking it down, this one is caught. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So you can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. He's got his tight end. That's Musgrave. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff, running right. And a good run there. It'll get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with him again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
The motion man here is Wilson. Hurts now on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. In motion comes Thomas. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get about 5.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A very nice defensive play there. They'll let you complete passes if they're going to end up like that. It's a completion, but a loss of yardage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. The motion man here is Wilson. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He keeps it himself. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here comes the Eagles punt team. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in, and it'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. In motion comes Thomas. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. They go play action for Lawrence. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On 4th down, out comes the punter. He'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Out wide, here's Smith. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. He'll try to hit him with a screen.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Williams in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Off he goes.
Run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Lawrence now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Williams in motion. Throwing is Lawrence. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. There's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And they're getting closer to a second win on the season. All they got to do is hold on here, and a good drive right now would help. They'll start it 1st and 10. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Big time play for Philly. 36 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Hurts again. Now he takes off. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
He pulls it in around the 5.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely, and results in a completion.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jags offense about ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down, Lawrence. That's right side and brought in by Williams. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
In motion comes Thomas. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no...
And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush. And it will lead to a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The home team's offense ready to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Following the penalty, he'll run it. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They'll run on 2nd down. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 13.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
In motion comes Thomas. Now second down throw for Lawrence. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
First down, Jaguars.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. Second and 10. Williams in motion. Off play action. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Eagles have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery and the great return for the touchdown. And they will score again. This time it's the defense. And, Greg, this just adds to what has been a one-sided affair from the start.
Yeah, and on a day where it just seems like nothing has gone their way, this fumble return for a touchdown kind of just adds injury to insult. There's days, Mike, where you just don't have your best and the other team has the upper hand, and I think it's pretty clear today is one of those days.
His kick is good. Score Eagles 35, Jaguars 6.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On first and 10, Lawrence. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
It's now second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Williams in motion. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win here for the Eagles. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.